Hey, how's it going? This is cryptoFOXXY. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, would you please hit the subscribe button if you like the content I'm delivering, as well as like the video. And yeah, apparently I can't talk today, but let's get into what we have to talk about. All right. So today I want to talk about Coinbase, and Coinbase is trying to enter the Canadian markets on a more upscale level. So the US-based crypto exchange had started operations in Canada earlier this month as a part of its international expansion amid a regulatory crackdown in its home country. So Coinbase is in talks with Canadian banking giants, trying to convince them to support the cryptocurrency ecosystem. Lucas Matheson's the director of Coinbase in Canada operations and said he's been having conversations with Canada's tier one banks. Canada's largest banks are collectively known as the Big Five. Canada is relatively small in the financial world, to be honest. We only have a certain number of banks. We're not like the United States where we have massive number of smaller banks and this and that. We do have Big Five is Royal Bank, TD Bank, Bank of Nova Scotia, Bank of Montreal, and CIBC. So we also have like credit unions and organizations like that. However, so the tier one banks would be considered those listed. We have 5 banks that have the majority of Canadians banking with them. And so one of the things that he's working on in Canada is working closely with tier one banks to start banking crypto and to start supporting their industry. He's hopeful that over the next 2 quarters, they'll see some of the larger banks in Canada start participating in the crypto economy. Coinbase has praised Canada's approach to crypto regulation, a little bit more lax than those of the United States, where they're finding the right regulatory framework for both the digital asset economy and the country's own ambitions to become a leader in the space, instead of basically working, against cryptocurrency like they are in the States. The exchange recently received its pre-registration undertaking in Canada. They're working towards full dealer registration and to offer leveraged and derivative products to both retail and institutional investors. When we think about regulation internationally, we see 2 types of regulation: regulation by enforcement, like we're seeing in the United States right now, and regulation by engagement, like in Canada. Coinbase is focused on educating Canadians about the advantages and importance of a decentralized system and expanding the payment options in the country. Canadian regulators in July proposed capital plans for banks and insurers who hold crypto assets in an effort to bring more clarity on how to treat the asset class when it comes to capital and liquidity. Okay, so I think that this is fantastic. It's a great move for Coinbase. Canada is a little bit more, I want to say inclusive, but I don't know if that's really the right word. But they will listen to what Coinbase has to say. They'll ultimately make their own decision. However, they're not completely against the subject of cryptocurrency. They have had some adoptions in the past. We hold ETH Toronto now, which is a massive blockchain conference that just happened the last couple of weeks. And, I think Canada's just a little bit more perceptive to exploring new technology, which I think is 100% what the United States needs to start to overcome. I mean, they have to start to embrace change. We have all these older politicians in place, and they're getting rich by the current financial system we have now. Why would they want to change it? They don't. So this is fantastic news for Coinbase. I do hope we get some clarity when it comes to regulation. Do we necessarily need the government involved in every single little thing? No, but in this case, it would be nice to take cryptocurrency to the next level and make it a little less scammy, make it more friendly for the average Joe who may not be very technical savvy. And yeah, so this is interesting. I'm going to be keeping an eye on this. All right, well, thanks. That's what I got for you in this video. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Peace.